Welcome all to the International Women's Day celebration. Yesterday, as I was putting together what I wanted to say today for our event, I came across a website that gave some facts. Now, some of these things that they stated we already know, such as the date of Women's International Women's Day being March 8th. They also stated that February 28th in 1909 is when they first basically celebrated International Women's Day. They also stated some facts where they mentioned, 28 girls a minute are being forced into marry against their will. They mentioned women are still not in leadership positions. Women can't open bank accounts in like 72 countries. But what really stood out is something related to the theme of this event, which is taking care of our well-being. And it says, 1 in 10 women have self-harmed because of their body image. That's a lot. 1 in 10, you think about it. According to a study by the Mental Health Foundation, some women have felt so bad about their appearance that they have self-harm. And this really started, make me think. First, I was like, oh, wow, that's a lot. But I was like, wait, have I also been in that situation? But not really self-harm. But I remember as a child, my lips, I was mocked. My lips are too big. And I didn't like my lips. So I spent the time trying to figure out how to make it smaller. And I used to rub it together, hoping by some miracle that it would become smaller. My nose, I didn't like it. And I used to press it together, hoping for some reason it would look better or what is standard. My height was a problem. They made fun of me. They called me overgrown. I thought that was an issue. I'm 5'7", but sometimes actually in heels or whatever, I look like 5'9", 5'10". But I walk and create this hump because if I did that in my head, I would look shorter. And I remember around 15 years of age, a neighbor said to me, Neva, why do you walk like that? And I was like, what? He said, you're very beautiful. And I was like, he said, you need to walk up straight. And that day I realized what I was doing. And now my height is to my advantage. And then my complexion, even in college, I wonder if I was a little lighter, would things be better for me? And last, my derriere. But that, then I thought it was bigger. So I used to, try to make it smaller. But actually what I was doing was an exercise, which was good. But now that's work for me. So in all that I've said, let me reintroduce myself. I'm Dr. Neva Helena Alexander. I'm the owner of Neva Alliance, where we offer entrepreneurship programs, corporate training, and professional licensing courses. I also have a nonprofit, National Educational Adventure Alliance. And each year we have the International Women's Day celebration in where we use the celebration to support the nonprofits. The nonprofit, we basically work with high school students to get them into colleges locally and internationally. I do have hashtags, and my hashtags that I use are International Babe, World Citizen, Globetrotter, Speaker, Trainer, Educator, Author. I have 3 books, 2 on leadership, and 1 recently published, Steps Towards Entrepreneurship. So as we move through our celebration, I believe our speakers will motivate you to take care of your well-being. Thank you for being a part of this celebration today.
Dr. Neva, a round of applause and thank you for such empowering words. And it is very important, self-image. And, I wanted to make fun of it a little bit, but not in that sense. Now, a lot of the things you're talking about, right? They're market price. You have to pay a lot of money to get those injectable and the lips and the butts and so on, right? Fast forwarding a little bit. So it's important that we empower each other and empower ourselves. I also grabbed a copy of her book. I try to support my fellow women entrepreneur wherever I can. I'll have it donated. So everyone, make sure you support, whether it's the non-for-profit or so. So moving right along, we'll get into our next presenter. Actually, I want to ask really quickly, it's breaking the bias, and based on what Dr. Neva just shared, let's do everyone who's here just in the chat room. What is one thing for this year that you will contribute to breaking down the biases, right? So you can put that in the chat room. Our speaker we're going to start with is Donna Marie Douglas, who's an accomplished professional with years of experience in administrative experience in HR resources, school administration, management, and leadership. She's currently the Senior Director of Operations at the Academy Charter School, an institution to which she has contributed significantly to its growth and its development throughout the years. Donna is going to share with us and talk to us about positive self-talk. And what a way, Neva, to start out. That really goes right into wow, let's give some hand claps and some hearts and some fire and some tell us some of the stuff we love here in the room that we took away. I mean, I think one of the most important thing for me, and I always repeat it in anything that I do, is what Donna shared is, have accountability partners, reach out to others. They're there for you. It is so important. There's no shame in asking for help. There are different people. Sometimes it's not the right fit, but there's always someone there who's willing to help and to share some very powerful word. Be kind to ourselves, right? I think it's so hard often to be able to do that. And I think it's such an important message for us to hear. Thank you again, Donna, for sharing and dropping those nuggets with us. All right. So I think in the chat, what I want you to drop is one thing that you are proud of, right? So just put that in the chat, everybody. Just drop in there one thing you're proud of. As we are going through, our next speaker is Sharon Webb Richards. Sharon Lady B. Webb Richards is a licensed holistic coach with a special focus on helping you bring back the healthy you. She's also the co-owner of Anna Spa Boutique Incorporated. For years, she has helped thousands of people to eat healthier, think positively, and exercise for a better, healthier life. Today, she will talk to us, or she's going to do an exercise with us, Circle of Life. Let's welcome our next guest.
Before she goes on, Dr. G, I would like to basically thank our partners, right? So
sure, fine.
yes, Dr. G being one of our partners, thank you so much, and thank you for your donation to National Educational Venture Alliance. We also have another partner here today, Miss Sandra McCarthy, and I would have her just speak for a few seconds, and then we'll have the lovely Sharon speak.
Thank you so much, Dr. Neva. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy International Women's Day. I am the co-founder of Caribbean Business Connections, otherwise known as CBC, and that's a business networking platform that Hanif, Russell, and I created 10 years ago. It was created for people of Caribbean descent to network, to share resources, and to do business with each other. 10 years later, we have 30% membership who are not of Caribbean descent because we have become an important gateway into the Caribbean diaspora and the Caribbean countries. So business owners from all ethnic groups see CBC as a great resource and a great platform. Our slogan is making connections that matter, and we work diligently to ensure that our members are growing their business using the CBC network. We have our meetings the first Wednesday of the month at 6 p.m. and we presently do that via Zoom. All are welcome to attend. Our next meeting is on April 6th, and I will share the link in the chat. Thank you, Dr. Neva, for allowing CBC to be part of this great event.
And CBC is an awesome group to be a part of, and I'm glad and happy to, to be a part of that community for the work they're doing to just help, especially women, so great job, CBC, and good to see you, Sandra. I mean, the chat is like, we have some amazing things here. Some people are showing me some love. Thank you so much, Dr. Neva. I think you're getting some of your book sales here. I see some folks, Verdell, I see a couple of my mentees and so on. The things here are just very, very important messages. Glad to be here. Someone is wanting to successfully defend their dissertation. That's awesome. And if I can ever be of help, let me know. I'll try to do whatever I can. That's always a tough thing. Neva and I can, and others who have gone through that route will be able to attest. So without any further ado, let's once again welcome Sharon Lady B.
Young lady, please unmute yourself.
Hi guys, can you see me?
Yeah, you're hiding in the vehicle, yes.
Listen, I gotta do what I gotta do. There's so much noise in the spa right now, so I came into the car, but thank you guys so much for having me. Dr. Neva, always a pleasure to be amongst some phenomenal women. Always love this type of opportunity. So happy International Women's Day for everyone celebrating. Excited about it. We always should be celebrating ourselves, right? So I'm excited. So for me today, I'm doing so many things. First of all, my thing says Jasmine Richards, so I'm on my daughter's laptop. But my name is Sharon Richards, for everyone who doesn't know me. I'm the co-founder of Anara Spa Boutique, located in Garden City, New York, for the last 7 years. It's a great opportunity to work with my daughter for 7 years. A very passionate business as far as taking care of one another. The reason why we open this type of business is because I believe we as women don't take care of ourselves. We glorify working, and it's great to work, but we also have to take time for ourselves. So when we first opened, there wasn't a lot of us coming to the spa, but post Black Lives Matter and all the other things going on in the world, we're seeing a lot of us start to come in, which is great. And I always say, if you take an hour out of a month to do you. I mean, you should be doing much more than that. But at least if you take an hour out of the month to get yourself a massage, a facial, do something for yourself. I know a lot of us do, mani-pedis, that's a regular. But just be intentional about taking care of yourself. Be intentional about doing something great for yourself. It is so rewarding to you and also to your loved ones and your peers, because people can see when you pour into yourself. People can see when you're taking care of yourself, and you actually start teaching people how to treat you, right? So for the purpose of this platform, I'm going to share a little bit about what I do. I just recently did a retreat in October, phenomenal retreat, and we did a sister circle, and that sister circle was very powerful. And for information, I just started a podcast called Uploaded. And Unloaded, what we do there is, the platform is to help us unload as people, because it's men and women. And I believe that we all have a story, we all have a journey, we all have something we went through to get us to where we are going or where we are. And it's good to share that story, because a lot of people go on social media and they go, wow, how did she get there? How did he get there? And it's causing a lot of people depression and anxiety to believe that they can't get there. It's not attainable for them. And a lot of people don't know what people's story is and how they got there, or how they're getting there. So the platform of my podcast is to show people the journey, what it took, and what it takes to pursue your purpose and to make you successful. So that's the purpose of Unloaded. I really hope you guys get a chance to really jump on that. It's very powerful. We just did something on the Black male and suicide. We have some very powerful speakers on that. And that's on Thursdays at 8 p.m. So please take a look at that. So for the purpose of today, I'm going to go quickly about that. We're going to go through, I believe that a lot of times, a lot of us do things because of circumstances or something that happened to us. And so what happens, we run after things. For instance, let me talk about myself. One of the reasons why I opened a Nas Spa boutique with my daughter is because something very traumatic happened, and I felt like, we really need to do something. My daughter's a socialite. I need to have her close, and I just felt like I really need to do something with her. And she agreed to do it, and we did it. But when you start a business or your purpose or your journey, a lot of times, if you don't start intentionally, you don't start with the right motives, you can burn and crash in a business. And I truly believe that's why a lot of businesses do fail, is because people open it with the wrong motives. I have learned through this journey that if you really open a business because of your passion, because of being intentional, also have a heart of servitude, you have the most successful business. So what I normally show people is that, or I try to get people to the place where, let's deal with your heart, your situation, and what's going on with you before you actually start a business, before you even go on the journey of. And don't get me wrong, you can start a business and went through a lot and started and be successful. But what I found is sometimes it takes a little longer to get to the goal, because you got to work through your emotions. You got to work through your finances. You got to work through so many of the things that you didn't take in consideration prior to opening that business or prior to your journey, your purpose, right? So what I have created many, many years ago, I don't know if you guys can see, you can't see, but it's a circle. So we're going to do this circle really quick. I want everyone to just really take a pen and paper. I have a circle, but if you get a pen and paper really quick, we're going to go through some things, and I'm going to want you to score yourself from 1 to 10. So what this is going to do is just show you where you are right now, in a minute way. All right. So the first thing I want you guys to do is rate yourself. Where do you think you are spiritually from 1 to 10? Also, I want you guys to tell me where you are in your nutrition, 1 to 10. Are you eating healthy? Or are you just grabbing a meal now that you're in business or you're about to start a business? Where are you, 1 to 10? What are you doing? Are you just eating in the car, grabbing McDonald's, Wendy's? Or are you actually purposefully making a meal, carrying your lunch? I want to know what that looks like, 1 to 10. Exercise. Are you exercising? Are you taking 1, 2, 3, 4? What are you doing as far as exercise? 1 to 10. What does that look like? Relationships. So let's say this is a very broad question, relationships so some people, let's just say, how do you feel about your closest relationships? Let's do that. Like your closest people in your circle, what does that look like? 1 to 10. Is it healthy? Is it unhealthy? Are you mad about it? Are you happy about it? What does that look like? All right. Your finances. What is your finance? Are you happy with your finances right now? Do you want more money in the bank? Do you want, everybody wants more money in the bank, but are you comfortable? Or are you just always feeling like you live in paycheck to paycheck? Or you're just trying to get money? What does that look like? Your work relationship. What is your work relationship? Are you working in an office? Are you happy there? Are you happy with your position? Do you feel like you're appreciated? If you own a business, are you happy in your business? What does that look like? 1 to 10. Okay. 1 being obviously lowest, 10 being I feel great about it. Play, activities, hobbies. Do you have a hobby? If you have a hobby, are you doing that hobby? Or did you have a hobby in high school and college and now you don't do that hobby anymore? What does that look like? 1 to 10. Environment. And environment sounds like just your environment is very important. What does your environment look like? Is it cluttered? Is it busy? Is it a solitude? Is it an oasis? What is your environment? Take a moment to think, what is my environment really? Because your environment really can set the tone of how your day goes, right? The other one is going to be self-esteem. And I heard the speaker the first speaker talking about, our awareness and how we feel and self-esteem. What is your now be honest with yourself. What is your self-esteem? Because you can dress up a hot mess. And just because you look good doesn't mean you have great self-esteem. So you could say, wow, I'm cute. I think I'm attractive. That's great. But how do you internally feel? How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? Do you feel like I can conquer the world? Or do you have to talk yourself even just to get out of the bed? Doesn't even matter how you look, because you can't get to the mirror to look at yourself because you don't know how you feel. So let's address that 1 to 10. For time purposes, I'm gonna leave it there. And I want to, if I may, Dr. Neva, I want to know what people's thoughts are. If we can get some chat, like how are we doing 1 to 10? From either the panelists or from our listeners or our watchers, what are we talking about? How are we looking as far as our spirituality? Are we meditating in the morning? Are we even thinking about spirituality? Are we just so busy we get up and just look at our phones? We're not thinking about that, nothing. What are we doing as far as that? Any answers?
You can just put, just folks, just mute. You can do thumbs up if you like it, or drop in the chat as she gave her numbers on that. You can just post it in the chat if you want, please.
Let's try this. You could ask, the first one is spirituality, right?
Mhm.
I'm still trying.
Still trying.
I'm still
Okay.
trying.
Okay.
So I'll say a 7.
7, that's not bad.
Yeah, you have a couple of 7 coming in the chat.
7.
Okay.
Someone said the questions are great.
Okay.
So
As far as nutrition, how are we doing there?
all right, so nutrition, let's see. I'm not sure if this score is coming in for, like Andrea says, 3. Felicia Smith, one of our speakers, it's going so fast. Nutrition, Francois 7. I'm trying to keep up here.
That's okay. It's okay.
We
got an average. We got an average yet?
Oh, someone says 10. Marina,
I think you're probably about
10.
7 with the low and the high. You're about 7.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, we got the fitness pro talking about 10. I see you. I see you. Yeah.
What about relationships? The people closest to you. Come on, Dr. Neva. Let's do it. Relationships, 1 to 10. What we
That's
got?
good. That's good. People are
Teresa
coming in
said
good.
6. Okay, Marina love to cook. Dejan.
Relationships are coming in good. There are 7s, 9s, 10s, quite a few high
Weeding out
numbers
the
are
negative
healthy.
people.
Wow. That's good. We hear some comments. What about finances?
Well, we always need more money, so I don't know if that's gonna how that's gonna work. So,
I'd like to know what people are saying. Would they like their finances to be improved?
okay, so Pat says 9, striving for 10. Dijon said -1. Zoran said 8. Finance still processing. Yes.
Okay.
Smith. All
That's
right.
good. How about work?
I just need Uncle Sam to give me a break. Okay, Peter K.
How about work?
Yeah.
And let's see.
No boss, thank God. Okay, Pat.
You have some good numbers coming in for work. A few people are high 10s and stuff.
What about playing hobbies?
Hobbies.
Hobbies, just put, are we talking about hobbies? We have some 10 when it happens, 9, 10, 8, 10.
Miss
Oh, people are having
Francois has a
fun.
high
There's some
score.
fun. They
Not
have some fun
surprised.
here. We have a 2, a 6. But I think they're doing okay. They're having fun.
Orlandi, I
Karmika,
thought you
8.
would have been a 10. Karmisha, 8. Okay, okay.
Okay. How about environment?
Now, when you say environment, you mean just a little clarification. Like,
So environment for me is what you wake up to and what you go to bed to.
okay, I see Vina, 7, Jean, 4, Marina, 10, gratitude is going fast now again. 9, Sandra, 9, Leslie, environment, 7, peace, solitude, Pat, 8. All
Very
right.
well. Let's talk about last one, self-esteem.
And the last one, self-esteem. We're going to make this quick because we do have to go to the next speaker.
Yeah.
But 10, 10, 9, those are the numbers we like. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Love
yes.
it.
Somebody said 11. I know I'm
11.
seeing it. Well, guys, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad it you know what's great about this exercise, it really gives you like a healthy self check, right? Like you go to the doctors, it's just you do an evaluation of your life. You really should do it sporadically. As often as you can think about it, say like, where am I right now? Because we get so busy that we stop tracking where we are mentally, physically. Are we having fun? We're just living life, or are we having a good time? And it looks like a lot of us are really pursuing that. We've learned our lesson. Are we learning our lesson? So again, just thanks for the opportunity, Dr. Neve. I know you just get to the next speaker. You guys did awesome. I hope you like this sister circle that we did today. Just keep it up. Keep on evaluating yourself and doing some self-care. Remember the spa, Anas Spa. You can just definitely come and visit us and get a facial or massage, or you can treat yourself to something. And I'm just glad that I'm able to celebrate with you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Lady B. I think Orlandina did put some info for for the spa. So why don't you just make sure the podcast and your spa, like the website and so on, is in there. And I think Neva, you saw Sandra asking for you to make sure you put the link to purchase your book in the chat. All right. So really quickly, while we move to the next speaker, I know Lady B dropped some really good gems here for us, and I think it's a good exercise that we probably keep doing that exercise, different points. And I think that's also a good way to do self-check, right? We're talking about that earlier. I think this helps us check in on where we are with that. And I guess, maybe put one thing in the chat that you do for self-care that, again, as she shared, self-care is, the way you treat yourself is also indicative of how others will treat you. So put that in the chat, and we'll just move right along to our give our Sandra an applause, a heart, or fire, whatever you want with your emojis. Our next speaker is Orlandina Balan. Orlandina, I'm not sure if I'm saying your last name properly. Orlandina is IFBB Pro and is a holistic lifestyle coach and founder of the Fitter Woman Inc. She has created a highly successful flat belly and tight booty clinic in which she helps her clients to work towards getting their bodies in optimal fat burning mode through her 30-minute workouts, signature meal plans, and group coaching.